Welcome to the Automotive Blockchain channel, everyone. How's everybody doing on this wonderful day, night, whatever it is that you are tuning in? I want to give a quick shout out to all of those of you who are joining the channel. I do appreciate it, whether you have subscribed, whether you just come back and listen. Much love dub goes out from my heart to yours. Hey, I wanted to just give a quick update on Renault. With the project they are doing with Hyperledger. So about 7 months ago, as you can see here on the screen, I did a video with respects to Hyperledger Fabric, Renault XCEED blockchain, and it was regarding the European Union's CO2 emissions standards and how the XCEED blockchain was going to help with that as well in a number of different ways. And you can go ahead and check that video out. It's over there in my list of videos located underneath Renault. But there's an update to that. So here we go, real quick. This is coming over in from Green Car Congress. XCEED blockchain solution deployment ready to begin. And that was on April 23rd here of 2021. So in association with IBM, have signed a partnership contract for the development of XCEED. And XCEED stands for Extended Compliance End-to-End Distributed. This move follows the successful testing of XCEED solutions at Renault's, I'm not even going to pretend to pronounce that French word, at Renault's plant in France. XCEED will be deployed to partner plants around Turkey, France, and Spain. XCEED is now open to global OEMs and suppliers, no matter the size, throughout the supply chain. So one of the things, just in case you're new to the channel or new to kind of listening in on this, is that supply chain, as far as automotive especially, is going to be extremely important when it comes to verifying parts, accessories, making sure that the sourcing of those particular parts is up to standards. Not just the CO2 standards for the European Commission, the European Union, but just standards all around the world. So that's going to be something that is going to be a big deal. That is going to be, in my opinion, it already is a significantly big deal. Even when it comes down to the actual cost for the mining solutions, etc. So that's one of the things that we need to look at there. So as you can see right here, it says the entire production chain thus must be adjusted to its structure to respond to the regulatory authorities within shorter timeframes. And when they say regulatory authorities, they're referring to the EU's request for the new EU CO2 standards. The goal for XCEED is to provide a compliance and conformity traceability platform for the entire ecosystem of the European automotive industry for answering regulation and customer demand, and bolsters European industrial competitivity and technological sovereignty. So they're really trying to, one of the things that when I first read through this, not just this article, but also some other stuff, was that they're really doing I guess you could say, a government down solution that kind of pulls everybody into a more trackable, more traceable solution. And that just seems to be what they're doing. And I have to admit, there are a lot of bad players out there who, for whatever reason, just aren't up to par with the way automotive standards should be. Now, the article goes on to read that it will thereby benefit the European automotive industry by improving information exchange and increasing trust within and outside the ecosystem through automatic sharing, checks, and alerts of data in near real time. One significant part about that is when they were going through the testing phases, the partners, as they were going through the testing phases, they actually all had they kept their own data, and then they were able to share their data, whatever data that they wanted, into the general blockchain so that people would be able to review it, look at it, and compare. And that's one of the cool things about some of these blockchains that are out there, is that you're able to share different parts of it, whatever you desire. So the solution is the result of the initial action led by its founding partners and based on an open governance approach to welcome new participants. It is also realized in interaction with DG Connect and European Commission. So just so you know, that's just a really quick article for everyone here, letting you know that this is being deployed, and the benefits of it, quite frankly, are going to help streamline the traceability of the entirety of the automotive industry there in Europe. I'm sure with everything else, there's going to have hiccups. And one thing to keep in mind with all of this that you hopefully all will understand is that the entire automotive industry is a lot bigger than what many people realize. Some people just think about, oh, well, it's the manufacturer. And then maybe the manufacturer is the one that's responsible for the sourcing of the raw materials. Well, yes and no. Sometimes that stuff is contracted out. A lot of times it's contracted out. But then you also have, the independent out there that contract, or they're under contractual obligation with the manufacturers. And these could be small business owners, medium-sized business owners that create, let's just say, or is a shop that creates a certain type of tool or certain type of machining specifically for the vehicle, like whether it's a nut or a bolt or whatever it is, and hypothetically, and those things are then because they're in contract with the OEM, they end up selling that stuff through, and then there's subcontractors upon subcontractors behind that in some cases. So please keep that in mind as you think about this. So when changes like this happen, you have to make sure that all the people that are falling in and plugging into this system kind of are talking with each other, so that all the checks and balances are in point. Another key benefit of all this, and it doesn't mention this in here, is that when you start thinking about whether there's going to be recalls of a specific vehicle because of a particular part, or maybe something wrong with the frame or whatever, you'll be able to get an idea exactly where, a much better idea of where the hiccups went along that caused the recall to happen in the first place. So there you have it, folks. Let me know what you think of the video, and I look forward to seeing you next time.